The breaking story is that Crystal Palace will be playing in the UEFA Conference League next season. Not in the Europa League, as they had hoped to after winning the FA Cup, but in the third-tier continental competition. Let's bring you some more information in terms of the statement. And apologies, this has just reached us, and it is very, very wordy, as you can appreciate. It's come directly from UEFA, so I'll try and paraphrase as I can. So the first chamber of the CFCB has rendered a decision on Crystal Palace and Olympique Lyonnais. That's, of course, Lyon, and it's the other club that are involved in this situation, and they've concluded proceedings, the club financial control body, on the multi-club ownership case involving Crystal Palace and Lyon. They'd opened proceedings against Palace and Lyon due to a potential conflict with the multi-club ownership rule, which is provided in the competition's regulations. So on the 9th of July, so 2 days ago, the appeal instance of the French Financial Control Authority decided not to relegate Lyon to League
where transfers are more than just numbers. They're power plays.
Following an assessment by
and Tottenham have made one. Tottenham
have
completed the signing of Mohamed Kudus from West Ham for £55 million.
So Lyon
Spurs had an initial £50 million offer rejected, but returned quickly with an improved bid that met the Hammers' valuation. Chelsea and Newcastle also explored the conditions of a deal, but it's Tottenham who landed the 23-year-old. Kudus signs a 6-year deal, making him a central piece in Ange Postecoglou's rebuild. What are Spurs getting? A versatile attacking threat. Kudus can play on the wing, as a 10, or even as a false 9. In his one season with West Ham, the Ghana international contributed 13 goals and 12 assists in 65 Premier League appearances after arriving from Ajax in 2023. Chelsea were monitoring the situation, and sources say they considered making a late move, but Spurs acted decisively to close the deal. Kudus joins an attack that already includes James Maddison, Brennan Johnson, and Son Heung-min. With Richarlison's form still inconsistent, Kudus gives Postecoglou a player who thrives in tight spaces and brings Champions League-level quality to a Europa League chasing squad. Another statement signing for Tottenham. Kudus is in. Now the focus shifts. Could Yoane Wissa be next? This is Sport Lab. Transfer season. No fluff, just facts.
Having managed to appeal their relegation to Ligue 2, will stay in the Europa League. And this is all about this man here, John Textor. Remember that Textor is a US businessman. He has Eagle Football Holdings. It has the majority stake in Crystal Palace and also the majority share in Lyon. And he sold his 43% stake for £190 million to Woody Johnson. But it hadn't been done in time. It was a bit of an administrative nightmare. And Palace tried to say that he had no say in the running of the club. But as a result, because of the way that it's panned out and now this process that has taken place, well, Lyon, having had their appeal accepted against their relegation to Ligue 2, they will stay in the Europa League, but Crystal Palace will be demoted to the Conference League.
This is Sport Lab, where we break down football's biggest stories, beyond the headlines. And tonight, Crystal Palace's dream of European nights just took a dramatic detour. UEFA has ruled, and Palace are out of the Europa League. Crystal Palace will not compete in the Europa League next season, despite earning the right to do so by winning the FA Cup. Instead, they've been demoted to the UEFA Conference League, the result of a complex multi-club ownership dispute involving French side Lyon. The issue: John Textor, an American businessman, owns significant stakes in both clubs. UEFA rules strictly prohibit two clubs with shared ownership from competing in the same European competition. With Lyon finishing 6th in League One and qualifying for the Europa League, something had to give. Palace argue that Textor was not in control. He owned 43% of the club, but did not hold majority voting rights. However, UEFA wasn't convinced, and despite Textor selling his Palace shares to New York Jets owner Woody Johnson, and stepping back from Lyon, the timing was off. These moves happened after UEFA's March 1st compliance deadline. To make matters more dramatic, Lyon's season ended in chaos. Initially relegated to League 2 due to financial concerns, the club successfully appealed and was reinstated in League One. That meant their Europa League spot was back on, triggering Palace's removal. Palace planned to appeal the decision at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. But for now, it's official. They'll be in the Conference League, not the Europa League, for the 2025-26 season. It's a bitter pill to swallow for Palace, the club's reward for FA Cup glory, undone not on the pitch, but in UEFA's boardroom. From celebrations at Wembley to legal appeals in Switzerland, this is the modern reality of football's tangled web of ownership. And for Crystal Palace fans, it's a harsh reminder that even silverware doesn't guarantee a seat at Europe's top table. This is Sport Lab, where the full story comes to light.